Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. You know, the JoAnn videos are just going to keep coming as more yarn shows up at my doorstep. Now, some of this, 4 skeins, showed up my doorstep. The others, I went to JoAnn and picked up because they had in stock. It is some of the K&C sock wool. I just had to have. I'm just saying, you know, before they go out of business, I gotta have it. So, you know, I went there. I went there and wanted to show you. Yeah, I know. So what was I doing? I don't know. So when I had made a previous order, I tried to get some of this right here, this color. This is, and they canceled the order, which makes sense because it was listed at nowhere, anywhere. And then of course I kept stalking the site for some of the other colors, and that's why I got the 4 skeins. And you're like, well, then how did you get it if it was out of stock? Word of advice for anybody who's stalking JoAnn's: if you have any JoAnn's that are near you that you can drive to, check their inventory, because one of them that was close to me had one in stock, and I went and did the pick it up at the store. That coupon that I gave works for picking up in the store too. So I did that and I was really happy. They didn't have it previously. You know, as they clean out and move stock around, they find things. Yay. I wanted this color because I got ideas. So for those that are not familiar, sock yarn is generally 400-ish yards for a 100 gram skein. You know, 400 to 440, somewhere in there. This one is 75% superwash wool, 25% polyamide, 430 yards, 400 meters for the 100 grams. And it's typical for the JoAnn. I am going to check that out. I haven't yet, haven't had a chance. This is machine washable, low iron, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, and dry flat. So I'm going to make a square with it. I will crochet a square, not with this color, with one of them that I have 2 of. And I'll wash one and then leave the other one out, and then just to see how it handles, because you know, if I want to make socks with it, weird, huh? I would like to know that they're going to hold up decently. Do I need to give a warning to the kids? So what's the color? The color on this is Favorite 90s Stripe. And I think it's just stunning. I think it'll work up beautifully. I like the feel of it. It's not a toothy wool. It's a nice soft wool. It is wool, but it's nice and soft. So this was the one that I definitely wanted. And whoa, that's got something attached to it, so I started it. Look at these fun colors. Look at this. Look. This one is, oh, this is called Sock Star, by the way, if you're looking at it. And right now, JoAnn has it for $3.99. It is on sale. Use that coupon before the 2nd of February that I've put out, SUPR961. It works for picking up in the store. It works for online delivery. There you have it, 25% off. I'm not affiliated, but you know, they're going out of business. There you have it. So this is Tutti Frutti Pop, same specs. This color is, I don't know, Pinky Peachy Pop, right? I mean, aren't those fun? If you're going to play with sock yarn, play with some fun colors. This one is Rainbow Stripe. Let me see, did I get it right? Yeah, Classic Rainbow Stripe. So it's interesting. That's a very, very, very pale pink that looks like white stripes in there. See? So, you know, that's interesting. I mean, I'll go with it. It's crazy sock yarn. I'm good with that. This I love. This is a speckly thing. Love the speckles. This is Carnival Splash Stripe. So it's got the little speckles of all the colors. This one's one of my favorites. And then I'm loving the denim one right here. So these are the 6 colors I have. Blueberry Spritz. So I have 6 of the 8 colors that they had. There you go. And I'm doing something with them. You know I am. I'm going to do something. So commented on, for all the new people who don't know, I'm using my advent calendar this year from Tangled Poet, and I'm making squares, and I kind of got on a square kick. So I want to do squares for this too. And I'm knitting with that one, and I was thinking of crocheting with these. It's going to be busy. It will be, look at that. That's going to be busy. Crocheting with these and any other leftover sock yarn, and we know I've got leftover sock yarn, and crocheting with that. And that's why I want to see if this is, how washable it is, because I know the Tangled Poet Advent Calendar is definitely a hand wash, lay flat to dry. This one might not be, even though that's what it says. So I'm going to make one fingering weight wool blanket that is definitely a hand wash. And then this one, I'm hoping it'll be a machine wash and not necessarily a lay flat to dry. So I will, because I know my yarns, I'll make sure that I mix all the squares up that will work with that. So I was looking at different patterns and stuff, and this is one of them that I had thought of and to make with that Tangled Poet yarn, and obviously decided against it, but that didn't mean I decided I didn't want to make it. This one is, I'm going to show you the picture of what it looks like, because my squares don't look like that. This is Nature's Walk blanket. So the Nature's Walk standard blanket by Sandra Paul has 6 different squares. There we go. 6 different squares in that, and then, you know, the border and what have you. And that is free. I will link that down below on Ravelry, or I'll link it down below in my description box so you can go on Ravelry. So this one is free for those 6 squares. But you can get the bonus edition, which of course I had to get too, which is another additional 6 squares. That one is paid for. It's approximately $6.51 US dollars right now. I'm not affiliated. I'm just showing you. I thought, well, I'll just work with the 6. I'll just work with the free ones, which, you know, okay. But then I wanted to play with the other ones. And here is what that one looks like. You know, just gorgeous squares, just beautiful squares. Now, they're not using leftover sock yarn or full skeins of sock yarn like I'm planning on doing. They're using a sport weight and using the sheep G's. If you know, you know, and I don't know how to say it, but they're using that, the stone washed or a DK or something along that line. That's what they're using with those gorgeous colors. I'm going to use sock yarn because I'm weird that way. And I'm going to do that with size C crochet hook because that's my favorite crochet hook, right? That's what I grew up with. And I did make some squares just to see if I like them. That's why I ended up buying the other package. But you want to see the squares? Yeah, you do. And then you can see what all 6 of the colors of the sock yarn looks like in crochet. I don't know what it looks like in knit yet because I haven't done anything with knit. But we can kind of get an idea, right? So here we go. I got my blocking board. I should go like this. Hi. So I got the blocking board. And let me see. So the top 6 are all 6 of the colors that I just showed. The bottom 3 are, I was repeating the colors. But those top 6 are those 6 colors. We've got right here, right? You know, fun stuff. Let's see, where's the other one? This is the rainbow, just because we didn't get into all the other colors. And that's what I mean by that beginning. It's very deceiving, but that is what that one is. So we'll get into the other colors later. This peachy pop is fun. So I got a couple of those. So I got another one down there. Yeah, I got one down there in the middle too, right? So I'm having fun with this. You know, it's, you can see the patterns, but it would probably be better if I used a solid yarn, but I don't have a lot of solid yarns because I like a lot of chaotic colors. So I'm going to just play with my chaos colors. So that's that one. But how fun is that? You know, and then obviously that one in the very middle is my speckledy. Whoa, just losing my stuffs. Okay, that's just rolling away. I got my speckly yarn right here with that middle. That middle and that bottom are that speckle yarn. But isn't that pretty? I'm thinking it's going to be fun. And then I've got that favorite stripe. Right? Had to get that one. Had to get that, and that's right here. Right? I mean, how fun is that? Isn't it cool? So I got the blocking board. I haven't wet anything down yet. I just wanted to pin it out just to see what it looks like and play with my new sock yarns. And I like the way it feels. I'm not sure how I'm going to necessarily attach them. I mean, I pinned them like they were sewn together. I'm not sure how I'm going to attach them yet. I've got plenty of time for that. Like I said, I'll block it. I'll do whatever. I mean, there's lots of different ways that you can attach squares. I don't know if I'll just use some of the scrap yarn or one of the other skeins of yarn that I currently have and go with it all haphazard like that. I asked my husband, I said, what do you think of it? And he said, well, honey, you wanted it crazy. That's what it is. I'm like, that's some crazy stuff. And I started another square because I was on a roll. I mean, I've got 9 squares done. I was on a roll. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? This one's in the bonus bundle. This particular pattern is in that bonus one that I just paid for. Let me see. And then so is, I'm going to just pull some off. I'm going to pull some off and pull them closer because I have that power. Okay, I kind of, I stacked them weird. I got got them all, I have them all stuck together and stacked them weird. The one I want is the one that's on the bottom. And this is one of them. You see the puff stitches? That's some puff stitches. You're like, no lady, I can't see the puff stitches. You use crazy yarn. I know, I'm good with that though. Yeah, there's puff stitches. It's like a wheat sheaf. And this one's really pretty. I mean, they're just all so nice and they're unique. And they weigh about 10 grams. So I'm going to have fun with my scrap yarns also using these. And I thought that my thought process might not be correct is if I go through like one ball of each, I'll have 9 to 10 squares of each color. Only reason I say that is if I do more of the baubles, oops, lost some pins, don't lose the pins. Like this one has straight up popcorns on it. There's some popcorns right there. You can see the texture, that's popcorns. So this one has some popcorns on it. And then this one has the puff stitches. Well, we know popcorns and puff stitches take more yarn. So those, I haven't weighed them. Those will weigh probably just a tad bit over that 10 grams. And so it just depends on how I mix and match what I make for each ball. But 9 to 10 for each one of those. I've got 6 different colors. And I was thinking that whatever one appeals to me the most when I start working with them, I'll definitely make that full skein of blocks. But add in my leftovers with my scrap bag that I have for sock yarns and make it all kinds of crazy. And then, you know, the idea with the full skeins of these would be the semi-cohesive. But looking at them on that board, there's nothing cohesive about any of these. These are just going to be bright and fun, and I just made a mess. These are going to be bright and fun and crazy and airy and just because. I tore it up. I made a mess. Yeah, but I mean, that's just going to be a lot of fun. Just really having a blast. I'm having fun doing my squares. And even if the patterns are not as pronounced as they are in that beautiful solids, that's okay. I'm good with that. I'm enjoying the way the yarn feels. It has a good feel. I'm enjoying these big twist yarns that I haven't had. Well, this is K&C. The JoAnn yarns that I haven't had and I haven't worked with. This is my first time working with this sock yarn. I think it'll make lovely socks. I've got plenty to actually turn it into socks if I chose to. So there's no issues with that. But it just felt good. You know, like I could really enjoy being wrapped up in that. So I'm having a good time coming up with blankets, which is crazy because blankets take a while. And then you're just continuing to work on them. And why am I making big projects? And, you know, I mean, big projects. Blankets are big projects. The squares are fast. The squares are fast and easy. But then if you sit and think about it, it's like, I only need 194 of them or whatever. Then it becomes a big project, right? That's where the chaos comes in. That's okay. I'm going to be knitting and crocheting anyway. I might as well have fun. And right now I'm having fun. And I'm going with that whole attitude. You know, we're not even out of January yet. You know, and that whole attitude is it bringing you joy? Is it something that you just want to do? And I couldn't resist. I got all of those colors and I had to make a square of each color. I had to. It was the rules. They called to me, you know, and it was like, oh, I've got a couple. I can just show, you know, like 4 or 5 squares. And the other color was like, excuse me, you know, because like the last 2 that I just got that I didn't have any of, I didn't have these. I had the other 4 colors because I had those mailed to me, but these were the ones that I drove to get. I didn't have these. And I'm like, okay, well, I have the 4 colors. I can show those. And these were like, excuse me, you went out of your way for me. You drove out of your way. You have to use me. And they called and they dictated. So I'm making some more squares because they're pretty. And they feel nice. I mean, I know I've said that, but they just feel good. They're comfortable. They're soothing. I don't know if there's something on the yarn, but it's a very comfortable feel. I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, does it say anything on it? You know, it does say it's that Oeko-Tex Standard 100. And that is supposed to be tested for a lot of allergens and not necessarily cause problems with people who have sensitivity and skin issues. So it should be a little more comfortable. I just know this feels great. I don't know why. I just know I like it. And I'm having a blast with that. And, you know, when I see this one, I like both of the blankets, but when I see the picture of the bonus bundle with those right there, I like those squares. And I just got that pattern pack. And because, you know, I don't want to spend the money, but I obviously saw the picture. I'm like, I like those squares better. Could I reverse engineer it by looking at it? Yes, but I would rather pay the person the money and just, there you go. Give me the nice graphs. I learned how to crochet years and years ago with the Crochet Fantasy and the Crochet and Magic Crochet books, and they had the little symbols where the circle is the chain, and the colored in circle is the slip stitch, and the X is the single crochet, and a T like this is a half double crochet, and a T bar with a slash in it is a double crochet. And how I learned that, I know, tangent, but how I learned that is if you have the T, I just knew that that was the half double, but if you have something with a slash in it, how many slashes is it? That's how many times you wrap your yarn around the hook. It's going to help you on those bigger stitches. You're looking at something, I'm like, what is that, a quad, double, triple crochet? I don't know what that means. I don't know either. But if you're looking at the graph with the T and it has 3 slashes on it, then you wrap your yarn around the needle 3 times, and then you just do the regular stitch. You just work it off 2 at a time. There you go. How cool is that? You don't have to know the verbal name of it. You just know what the symbol is and how to make it work. So that's how I learned. And these are, they do have the written pattern on here, and they have the graph. So if you're interested, I'll link both of them, but I would highly suggest that you look at the free one, look at the written. Do you like the way that it's done? Are you interested in the squares? Look at the graphs. They're at the very bottom. Very bottom. I'm like, I'm scrolling and scrolling because I don't want the written words. I just want the graph and I'm good. You know, but teach yourself if you don't know how. Print it off if you need to. And here's the written, and then here's the graph. The written says I chain 4. Here's my graph. Look at that. I have 4 circles all lined up, and it has a 1 next to it for round 1. Oh, okay. Teach yourself. You can do it. You have so many skills and so many abilities, and a lot of times we don't give ourselves credit for that. But your ability to make so many other things will just explode the more you know, the more you learn. So yeah, sorry, tangent. But that's the best way to look at it, and look at the ones that are free and decide to even like any of those, you know, because some of them you like, some of them you won't. That's life. That's normal. And decide if you want any of the other ones, and then buy them if you choose to. Obviously, I started with the free ones and decided I wanted the other ones too. I think they're a little bit fancier. Nothing wrong with the free ones at all. Let's see. These are some of the free ones. This one, I like that. Look at that. See? Isn't that pretty? And obviously it's going to look different if you had a solid color, but you can still see the pattern. You can still see there's something going on there, which I think is cool. And this is the heart. And I thought that was a good one with that peachy pink because it's got the peaches and the pink. And there's the crocheted heart. How cool is that? So you've got a whole bunch of fun things going on. And yeah, I got started another project. I did. I need to start finishing some of my projects, but I'm having so much fun. I'm making progress on them. So I look at it like that too, is if I continue to make progress on them, what's going to happen is I'm going to have an explosion month because I'll continue to make progress on however many I, jump into that week because that's the way I work. And it's going to come up to, okay, that all the stars align kind of a thing, and they all get finished. And then I'm going to have 1 month that it's like, you're going to have the new person show up and everything. You're like, how did this person complete 3 full-size blankets and a sweater in 1 month? Now you know why. Because I started 8 months ago and I've been working on little bits at a time. I mean, it's going to be something crazy like that. I'd like to say it's an exaggeration, but I'm thinking it probably won't be. I don't know how many did I start? Yeah, because I have, wow. Because here's my knitted blanket I started. And I have to put that on you can see it really well when I block it out on the pegboard. It's beautiful. It blocks up wonderful. Once I wet block it, it'll stay like that. I just pinned it out the first time. But I've got a knit blanket working with 10 to 12 inch squares. I don't know what they're going to be when it blocks. I don't. I think when I had it pinned, it was about 12, but we'll see what it bounces back to. So I've got a knit blanket going on that I just started. Hey, this counts. This is my just starting, by the way. It's not, I don't have any more than that. This is my just starting. So I got the knit blanket I just started. I got this crochet blanket that I just started. I don't know how many squares I'm going to need. I don't even know how big these squares are for that matter. How big's a blanket supposed to be? Do we know? I don't. I get the little things on Facebook and stuff. They'll scroll through or someone else, and it'll be the blanket size cheat sheet, and it'll say, well, this is, and it has all the little lines on it, and it says this is a lovey, this is a car blanket, the crib blanket, the twin blanket, you know, and it gives all the different sizes on where they should be. I should probably find that again. It'll probably take me a while to find it because I'm interested now. This pink square is about 5.5 inches and it's not blocked. That's about a 5.5. I don't know if all of them are going to be like that. I'll make them that way. So I have no idea how many I'm going to need. I don't know. I know I have enough yarn because I got a lot of scraps and I've got this 6 balls and, you know, I got a few more than that. Come on. I got a couple more. I ended up with 3 of these. I left one. Can you believe it? I left one at the store. I did, but I got 3 of them and I was happy. I would have gladly gotten a few more than these because I did try to and my order was canceled, but I mean, rightfully so. You don't have it, you don't have it. But I got some of the others, so I'm happy with that. And I'm moving on. There we go. And I didn't need it. I didn't need it, but I had that coupon and it put them down to $3 each. I mean, I'm getting a full ball of sock yarn for $3. Okay. I'm over here going, JoAnn, take my money, take my money. And you know what I think's happening with JoAnn? Besides the fact that, you know, it's obviously looking very dire when one of the biggest stores we've got here in Colorado had the urgent sign on it. They're not taking any more shipping orders and they're not doing anything along that line. So it's like, ooh, that's scary. I really, and this is just my own brain. It's not based on any, you know, like insider knowledge, as I think JoAnn is right now giving us the clearance prices. Especially if you've got that coupon, that 25% off coupon, the prices, you know, this one without the coupon, $3.99. Without the coupon, it's on sale. Put the coupon on there, puts it as $3. But even without the coupon, the sales are amazing. And you add that coupon on there, I think we're getting those clearance prices. And in a way, I think JoAnn's is, you know, giving a shaking hand, a head nod to us fanatic crafters that are like going to go buy out their stock before the liquidators get a hold of it. And I just think it's like a thank you to us. That's the way I take it. I don't know why. I just feel like we're getting those clearance prices right now before all the chaos hits. And I think that when the liquidator gets a hold of it, there's not going to be any more coupons. And again, I have no insider knowledge. It's not going to be any coupons. I think they're going to raise the prices because other people have told me that that's what they did for the other companies that they bought and sold and everything and did the liquidators, like with Big Lots and Bed Bath & Beyond. So the prices are going to go up and then they're going to go down. Here's an example. Now, we know I love JoAnn Fabrics, and I bought a lot at JoAnn Fabrics by evidence of like everything around me, especially downstairs, which is a great place to video, except for the walls aren't lined with yarn and the sound echoes. The sound is horrible. So with JoAnn, their sales are fantastic. But have you ever noticed if your store had like a little clearance area of yarns? Their clearance prices were a lot higher than their sales prices. And I'm not the only one that's talked about that. It's like, you know, your sales last week were $1 less than your clearance price. Their clearance prices, they'll have the red sticker on it, it's like 25% off. I'm like, but your sales were 50% off most of the time. You know, and I think that's what's going to happen as soon as the liquidator gets a hold of it, is you're going to get that, hey, it's clearance at 25% off. And you're like, but I just got everything at like 60% off. But again, that's my opinion. That's one of the other reasons why I've done all my buying now before all the liquidating starts is I think they're giving a head nod to us crafters now. That's about the best way that I can put it, is go ahead and get what you need, get your stock and everything before the liquidators take over. Yeah, that's the way I look at it anyway. I could be wrong, and maybe you guys that have dealt with businesses closing or anything along that line, or maybe you have insider knowledge, let me know. I don't know. Speculate down below because I really want to find out. I'm curious. But yeah, that's what's going on. I hope you enjoyed this. And, you know, again, I didn't get around to do any knitting with any of this sock yarn, but I'm having fun crocheting. I'm doing both. You know, I've got other things that I did both knitting and crocheting. So that one, you'll have to forgive me on that. It's one that a lot of people would expect you to crochet or to knit with, but yeah, I want to crochet with it. I just do. And I'm just going with it. So hopefully you will understand as far as that's concerned. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.